And we're live. What's up, guys? Evil here with RC CarCast, episode 19. I'm here with my co-host, Josh Thede.
How's it going, guys?
And Howard Raby.
How's it going?
And our special guest tonight is... this person with a bag on their head. Doug Welker.
And
columnist for Big Squid RC.com.
Yep. And tonight will be his public shaming.
Yeah, let's get it over with.
Yep. We had to pretend like it wasn't going to happen to get him to come back on. Otherwise, he was just avoiding us. So.
Right. For anybody who doesn't remember, quite a while ago, early in the year, we decided to all build mega trucks, and then we decided to have a bet. And I could pull up the video for Doug to recall. But
I've seen it. Your hit piece.
Yes, he agreed that he would, publicly denounce his concession after I was obviously going to beat him and Howard. But the big bet was between me and Doug. So tonight will be Doug's speech, and we'll see.
I don't know what it is yet.
Rehearse it all, or? Oh, okay. Doug doesn't know what the speech is.
He's texting it to me on the air, and I just have to read it.
Yep. Actually, I'm just going to go ahead and throw it in the chat here for you, and okay. I'll let you go ahead and just recite that whenever you feel free, feel ready.
That's long.
Okay. Yeah, this is all right. My poorly executed excuse for a mega truck was overshadowed only by my poor driving ability. I was outmatched before my truck was even completed. I concede that I was Josh of Harley Designs Inc. on YouTube, by far the best driver, builder, and overall best-looking participant in our competition. I am, however, grateful to have been able to be seen in the same arena as him, and next time I will take such a privilege much more seriously. All right, there we go. Is that it?
Well done.
And we'll expect to see that in the next Big Squid column as well. So
that's part of my bet. I tell you what, I'll put it in. I'm doing a mega truck one soon. I'll put it in the mega truck one so it makes sense.
Perfect. Fantastic. So that was well worth it.
I would have made him a T-shirt or something.
Yeah, I could probably handle that.
Spreadshirt.com. Head out there and cue that up real quick. Take you just a couple minutes.
Right.
So anyway, we're glad you came back, Doug. Came back to face the music and let us ridicule you, and
Yeah, you guys know that's not why I haven't come back. I would have faced the music anytime.
He's like, well, not this week. Maybe next week.
I wanted to have something to talk about. We got stuff to talk about tonight, though. There's all kinds of stuff going on, it seems like.
Yeah.
Well, let's jump into that. What do you got?
Where do you want to start at? I guess you guys kind of touched on the Yeti stuff, I guess, last time, right?
We more than touched on it.
Well, I remember, you talked about it a while. We were talking off camera. It looks like, Josh, you're going to be getting one soon?
I hope so.
We're hoping.
Yeah. Hopefully soon here. We'll see. I'll cost the UPS man until something shows up.
Things making appearances. I had a guy, I think it was on the RC CarCast page, out in California, Hobby People. He said one showed up there at the shop, and then I saw on Facebook one showed up at the crawl space. I guess that was RC Crawler, the one they have. And then a guy from our local hobby shop texted me last night with a picture of one sitting on the counter there. I'm like, what the hell? This thing's not even out yet. There's one sitting on your counter. So it's jumping around the nation. It's making the rounds. They're definitely pumping it up, getting some hype.
I know just this evening, Brian, the editor-in-chief of Big Squid, just texted me a picture of his box. He just got it in tonight, I guess. Got a Yeti up there in Chicago.
I'm jealous.
Sure. Yeah, he was telling that.
It's since we did the last one, John from RC Crawler, Badger, he's got his, and he's taken a ton of pictures. He's disassembled the truck, taken individual close-up shots and things like that. And there's some really, the transmission was a big part that everybody wanted to see, and there was a lot of close-ups, good pictures of that. It's got some pretty interesting stuff on it that the housing itself is pretty large, and it's fairly open inside to accommodate what will be that the low gear basically of the two-speed transmission. Right now, it's obviously a single-speed transmission, kind of locked or in the higher speed range, but it's also got basically a transfer case on the back. It's detachable, and it's basically like a Wraith axle spline shape shown on it. So it's really one of those parts that makes you look at it and just wonder where else we could possibly see that little scale transfer case looking deal show up down the road.
It's almost like they're just manufacturing scale parts and then putting them in a kicks just because they know people are going to be doing crazy stuff with them.
Right. Yeah. Either that, or because that thing really, it won't take anything for people to either just use that part as it is and create some sort of slip-on end cap to adapt a regular yoke to it, or they'll, or Axial's got plans for it for a, who knows, for a next release of a SCX-10 style, truck with a more realistic drivetrain. But
yep,
all kinds of options, and it's just a cool part. The Yeti in general's got some really cool parts, and Badger did a great job taking close-up shots of all the individual pieces. So
good photos.
I'm looking forward to getting one and tearing into it as well.
Doug and I were speculating on the next release from Axial today. I think my guess was quadcopter.
No. What was your first guess? Sailboat.
Sailboat, yes. Schooner.
Yeah. 1/12 nitro pan car has always been a popular guess.
Go after Patera. They'll release like some old muscle car.
Yeah. Hopefully they stay to the off-road market. I think this is where they are best suited.
Yeah, for sure.
I think that they've really found their groove as far as what kind of car they need to build. I don't think a Trail Finder type car is a fantastic, avenue for them, just because the SCX-10 is super durable. You can give it to a 9-year-old and he'll be all right. If you gave a 9-year-old a Trail Finder 2 or Doug's Galande thing, you'd come back pretty upset.
Yeah, it's. I got rid of my Galande, or Galande, however you pronounce it, after a couple of months. It just wasn't. Do what?
Yolanda?
Yeah. I got rid of it a few months ago.
You did?
Wasn't. Yeah, I don't know. They're not. I guess after you're used to axial performance on stuff, it's just, I don't know. I guess it didn't drive scale enough. Like at least a Trail Finder, is a leaf sprung rig. It just, I don't know. It just wasn't for me, I guess.
Yeah.
He was off that bandwagon pretty quick.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't know that you didn't have that anymore. So that, I guess, that's kind of along those lines. It's just, if it's not but either way, we'll see what Axial does. I'd really like to just see. It'd be cool just to see updates to the SCX-10. I know if you read the internet, people are always asking for ridiculous type things, but an updated SCX-10 I think would be a cool deal. But I don't know that that's. Is there any point in doing that when the SCX-10 now is a great platform?
Yeah, you'd think just prints money also at this point.
I think the only thing the SCX-10 is lacking. Well, the axle is really good. If they did a more scale axle, I mean, obviously you could do like the Vanquish with the Curry or something, but if they just did something with the design, to make it look more like a real axle.
Yeah, and a narrowed down AR60 would be the obvious route to go. But at the same time, that's a new expensive mold or molds, and I can see why they have kept that same axle since 2007.
They've got plenty of mileage out of it.
Yeah.
It's what else you got on the plate there, Doug?
Do what?
I said, what else you got on the plate there?
Like I was telling you, I've actually I've been racing recently, which is weird for me. I actually just bought a B4.2 factory team for dirt cheap from a guy just to try out mod buggy again. But I've been oval racing with on Big Squid RC. I did a thing for Proline. They hooked me up with a Pro 2, and I turned it into an open wheel modified car. And I've had so much fun racing that thing. Like every weekend, I've been out at the track in Illinois racing it, and it's been a blast. So I think in part 2 of that article is supposed to go up this week. With I got a nice vinyl wrap done on it and all kinds of stuff. So yeah, I've been racing kind of. It's been an odd thing for me, but I guess because I've not done it for so long, it's been fun.
I've never tried oval, but
the speed is what's so much fun to me. And see, I like real dirt cars too, I guess. So I've always liked real, World of Outlaws, sprint cars and stuff. And the speeds, I guess that's what's so much fun. The speeds and the sliding, and the racing's really rough, but it's not like in general you don't have the hackers so much. It's just you got cars sliding sideways around an oval at high speed, so it's there's contact and it's fun. Generally, it just seems like it's more of a good old boy type thing, and I guess that's good or bad depending on what you want to look at it or how you want to look at it, but.
Here in Kansas City, the oval crowd tends to bring a lot of drama. Some of those guys off-road race, and they bring that drama over on the off-road side, and it's just like toy cars. Calm down.
I guess that's why I like it. It seems like there's no drama with the oval guys. It's just guys. It seems like just having a good time. Really, the off-road guys don't really seem to be a part of the oval scene either. So that helps. I know around here in St. Louis, it's the off-road scene that's got just all the drama and really kind of turns me off. I'm sure I'll probably have a B4.2 up for sale pretty soon. But in the meantime...
So you're deflated and disheartened with the hobby again?
Yeah, yeah. No, that wouldn't happen this time. I just sell the stupid thing. Yeah, I got it for like $100 because everybody's upgrading to the B5. And
right.
Yeah, so I got it with a ton of extra tires, bodies, another chassis, just all kinds of stuff for $100. It's like, all right, and it's only been raced. It hasn't been bashed or anything. So yeah, I figure I'll try it at least for a little bit. So, yeah, I guess. I guess the mega truck thing. Yeah, I guess I forgot about that. That's been the main thing I've been doing with the. We started that series, and it's been going pretty well here in St. Louis. Trigger King RC, mega truck thing, which is a riff on the Throttle King full scale mega trucks. That's why we called it Trigger King. But
that page has turned out has picked up quite a bit of traffic. So it looks like that's I see every once in a while you'll share a truck on there or something like that, and every once in a while you'll also see that same thing get shared by the full size guys, which is
the full size guys have really liked it. I know the guy Danny Mass is his name, who's been helping me around here run it. He's got a scale Opelicious, which is a full-scale mega truck, one of the big full-scale ones, and he brought his replica down to Springfield, Missouri. Actually, the week you guys were doing the Trailmaster thing, down in Springfield was the four-wheel jamboree, and they had mega trucks for the first time. And man, all those guys thought they were so freaking cool. He pulled his truck out and cleaned it up, especially to get a picture with the RC truck, which is hilarious to me that he did it. But yeah, it's pretty cool getting involved in it. I think our tracks have gotten much better since the G6. That we kind of threw together.
That's cool because it's a segment that's a niche of the hobby that's not developed really anywhere else, is it?
Not yet. No. I guess that's kind of what's nice doing it. I mean, we don't have a ton of trucks doing it yet, but we're doing on August 3rd. I told Josh our summer finals event, and I've got some awards, for that. And I know some guys say they're traveling in for it with them, so I hope we can get
trophies in an event.
Do what?
You guys are going to get trophies in an event.
Trophies.
What?
He's still pissed.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I ordered some trophies. They're like little plaques. They're not big trophies.
What a responsible event organizer would do.
Got it.
So, do you think the popularity of that spring is, I guess what I'm getting at, is Mega Truck kind of regional? Is it mainly around here and that's why it's so popular, or is Mega Truck...
No, I think Mega Truck's more down south than here.
Really?
Oh, yeah, it's a southern thing, man. It's like Florida, Georgia, those areas.
Yeah, that seems to be where that's Louisiana, or no, I guess I don't know if Louisiana, but Louisiana is the one I always think of, the old Kingsland. But yeah, I mean, it seems like East Coast is basically, it's kind of like the rock bouncer crowd with faster trucks.
Yeah, I know you've seen now that rock bouncers are starting to be involved with mega truck racing. What's your whole opinion on that? I mean, I'm not big on it, just kind of weird, but
it's yeah, I mean, it's a weird deal. They're definitely some of the rock bouncers are trying to pull so many the guy Plowboy, or no, yeah, Plowboy. He's got the John Deere themed rock bouncer. He's also got a regular mega truck.
That thing's sweet. What's it, the Plowboy's Dream or something? It's the yellow, and it's a John Deere style one, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then he also took Plowboy and he tried to do the King of the Hammer stuff this year. I think his name's Keith Ritchie, or something like that. And he built it, and it's got Ultra 4 style suspension now. So I think I've seen him try it, and I think Bobby Tanner's tried it with the Screamin' Blue, which those guys are just full throttle on anything you put in front of them. So putting them on a mega truck course doesn't surprise me at all. But at the same time, it looks like more. All I've really seen them doing is the freestyle stuff. So they're mainly going out there and just doing donuts and rolling the trucks over.
Yeah.
But they. So I can't say that it's quite been the mega truck style show. It's hard to match those mega trucks with the power and air that they'll throw under them.
Yeah. Well, we just did last week. We did judged freestyle for the first time, and I remember I was against it, and Danny, was wanting to do it, and I was like, how can we judge this? So anyways, we tried it, and it wound up being a blast doing freestyle with them. We all wound up ripping up our trucks completely, and trying to get them back together again for the next thing here. But yeah, the August event will be fun. I know you guys are busy, but you guys come down for it. It'll be a good time. It's out in Wentzville, so it's farther west than St. Louis.
Yeah, I've kind of thought about it. Not this weekend, but next weekend, Nicole and I are going to Colorado. So that's pretty tight. And then I'm going out to Pennsylvania at the end of August for the RC 4-wheel drive East Coast Scale Championships. So it's a busy time with a lot of travel, but
yeah, I hear you. Well, the invite's there, like I said.
Yeah. So wouldn't mind throwing it in a deeper mud hole.
Just take it outside.
Yeah.
I know I've talked to you about it. We keep adding more mud each time. Last time we put two pits side by side, and I didn't get video of it. But for the next, we're basically every week we just keep adding more. We've got that huge dirt pile, and we about got it perfect last time, and we'll probably add a little bit more. And then by the time for our big event, we should have 2 deep holes, fairly deep holes for it. And then we have our freestyle area too that we have built out of this jump. So pretty good.
How are the trucks kind of evolving out there? I know when we did ours, there was a handful of like they looked like mega trucks, and then there was a handful that looked like a FOF truck.
Yeah, we the idea was to run the FOF trucks separate, or the NMRO style mud dragsters, but none of them have showed up. It's all mega trucks. So basically, like for this event, we've been doing an open class for slashes and summits and whatever, but we're pretty much just evolved. The guys coming out there have mega trucks, so it's just like we're just doing mega trucks, and they all look pretty scale. So that's kind of where
What's the popularity on the full scale side? What's the popularity with mega truck right now? Is it where monster trucks were, where they're based off of just a truck, and they mod the thing out with crazy suspension like monster trucks used to be?
Well, some are, but like the ones like Harley and I are talking about, like the plow truck and like King Sling, those are way more monster truck. I mean, those are monster trucks, just really was scaled down a little bit. But you do have like the ones with the stacked frames, and with 4-link added to a truck frame and everything, and those, they don't really compete at the level that the other ones do, but
it definitely, being that everybody knew where the monster trucks started and came from. They kind of just decided to go ahead and skip ahead, and they
Yeah.
well, and of course Dennis Anderson. Now I will by no means say that he invented mega trucking, because he just brought it to the forefront of awareness for like the, I guess, general public.
Yeah.
Meaning YouTube people, but because obviously people were hitting mud holes before, but when he built King Sling, it was a however many 1,000 horsepower truck on tractor tires, and it just was insanity.
Mm-hmm.
But so being that a monster truck guy kind of brought it to mainstream popularity, it or to what my impression of it is, and I'm sure someone on YouTube will rudely correct me. But,
yeah, I'm sure. Or me. I'm sure we look like idiots.
Right.
But have you seen the original?
Either way, there's that full range still. There's still guys with jacked up trucks hitting mud holes as fast as they can and calling it a mega truck, and then there's the guys with $200,000 mega trucks.
Yeah. Yeah, well, like, it's funny. I mean, the original Gravedigger, I don't know if you've seen it, the original truck, that was like a red pickup truck, it was a big mud truck, like what you would classify a mega truck now. It just had big tractor tires on it. So it's kind of funny seeing them come full circle, kind of bringing the mega truck thing to the masses, I guess, if you want to call it that.
Right, yeah. Other than the addition of a lot of motor now.
Yeah.
The first monster trucks were pretty much just kind of almost slow crawling over top of cars, and
Yep. Yeah. So, I mean, that's what I've been up to, I guess, since last time. I haven't done, I guess as much scaling as I used to. I've gone on some trail runs. My last run was a couple weeks ago. Sucked I missed the Trailmaster thing, because I wanted to go down there and comp with my SCX-10 really bad. But yeah, I guess I haven't done as much scaling lately because of the other stuff, but I'm hoping to change that here. I know when I get a Yeti eventually, my plan is to do it more as a trail truck, kind of what, like I envisioned the twin hammers originally. I thought it'd be cool to make it a really cool trail vehicle.
right.
But, I mean, speaking of that, what do you think about the kit? Did you see that?
I think trail truck's a hard word to define, because obviously it can mean a lot of things to a lot of people. But I think that we're probably talking along the same type of deal. As I want to lock the front end, beef up some of the parts that will suffer from a locked front end, like front axle shafts, and then make it. Goat Hill would be my example here in Kansas City. It's a trail style deal with some rock climbs and difficult rock ledges and things like that, but then also trying to make it capable for Ultra 4 style racing, which we'll do, or the U4 RC for people that are more familiar with just like the YouTube videos of it. It's a more of a racing style format where you stand in one place and you run a track that has jumps and rocks on it. But I think that more than anything, I'm just going to have to get the truck and feel it out and see how exactly that's going to work. Out of the box, it's going to be geared too fast to do. Because I was like, maybe I'll do that G6 that I'm going to in Colorado in a couple of weeks. Maybe I'll try and use that truck out there. But Badger, who has one, he was saying out of the box, it's geared a little too fast to do a G6. So
maybe you're just too slow walking or running.
How long did it take you to finish the G6?
I went around twice.
Yeah. I think I finished in about half the time.
Maybe. And we had twice the traffic jams.
It's because you didn't get out in front of it. We started at the same time.
We just weren't rude bastards and couldn't run everybody.
He ate more White Castles than you did, so he was slower.
Josh was pushing little kids down.
Pushing kids and punching babies. drowning kittens along the way.
I've heard of some guys hopefully gonna try some U4 stuff here. I've heard some rumblings of it. I mean, you figure the Yeti's gonna be such a mainstream release that's what's gonna bring it. If it's ever gonna hit, it's gonna be after the Yeti's released.
Yeah,
I totally agree. And I hopefully I'll be interested to see how the front end is, how it holds up to like some serious Ultra Force. And, by no means is that a new thing. Everyone's been doing the Rexo conversions for quite a while, but a lot of those Rexo conversions have front ends that are a long ways from stock. So
yeah.
It'll be
Just have to make a call to VP and
yeah, exactly.
hey Steve, I need.
I need. So I tried to call Steve. I tried to call Steve today, and I think he gave me the FU button right away. So
You want to interrupt his Clash of Clans?
hey, you know what? We're in the middle of a clan battle right now, and
Don't tell me you're playing that.
I am.
A clan battle. What
Have you
game?
ran across my village? I put all my resources outside of my wall so everybody could just have free go.
Here you go. Leave me alone.
Have it.
Nice. So, yeah. But anyway, I probably was. I was interrupting something along those lines. So.
That's probably the best way to contact him right now is in clan chat.
Yeah, exactly. Steve, call me. I can get him. I can get Fast Eddie. I can get Jim. They're all right there. I can get Steve's mom.
His nephews.
His nephew. Uncle Steve. Actually, that's what I'm going to start calling him from now on, Uncle Steve. So.
There you go.
But
Scrap Steve.
We'll see exactly. I'm looking forward to VP parts for it. I think that'll be fun. As far as trailing arms and front end parts and transmission stuff, I guess.
Put you a big old aluminum wraith axle on the back of it.
Yeah. Get a boat anchor in the rear there.
Now that'll probably even it out. I hear it's pretty nose heavy.
Right. So, very, very well could be. It's got that weight box normally. Hopefully, an aluminum rear axle housing will take care of that.
Yeah, that's funny. Has KCRC, have you guys been pretty active with that?
With the Ultra 4 stuff?
Yeah, I remember you guys.
You
did that at once?
It's been a crazy summer. It seems like everybody got busy and slammed and with distracted with family things and things like that. But we've got an Ultra 4 track that's in really good shape. It'll be ready to go when the Yetis hit. We'll be there and we'll be ready to race right away. So
that's nice. I had one pre-ordered. I wound up canceling the pre-order. I figure I'll just get one, soon after I guess they release. It's a lot of money at the moment because I look at it like you. I don't look at it as like I'm getting the Yeti and gonna run it. I got to do a lot of stuff to it. You know what I mean? To get it up to what I want to do. But I'm sure I'll buy it soon enough.
Right. I'll just have to kind of decide which way to go with it. I'm sure I'll strip the sensorless system out of it.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll probably drive it once before I do that.
I'll give you $20 for it.
He's always fishing for a deal.
Well, it'll be used if he's going to drive it once.
Oh, yeah, you're right. That's half off right there.
It'll be used by me, so it'll be worth twice as much.
Yeah, but I'll probably have to
it'll go up in value.
yeah. Hopefully it's not charred, but
It's intact.
Not using one of Aaron's faulty batteries. So.
Not using your faulty judgment.
But it'll be strip some of that stuff out of it, swap it over to a censored system, and
get rid of the hard tires.
Yeah.
Now that's the thing. The hard tires. I can't get from what I hear now, it actually has the R35 tires on it.
There was supposedly one Hobby Haven, right, Aaron?
No, Hobby People. Or wait.
There was one local, I think.
Oh, yeah, right.
And that guy that looked at it said it was the hard tires.
Now, was that Jay, Aaron? He's muted.
It wasn't Jay, but it was at Hobby Haven.
Okay.
It was someone else, a customer.
I thought I read online someone said it was for sure the hard comp or the hard compound.
Because they said it's got the same plastic hubs that are the junk ones that come out on the Poison Spider.
Now I can confirm that is not the case.
Really?
I talked to Brandon, he's the designer, and those are actually a redesigned hub. So they're that same style. They're still a pin drive, but the tolerance is tighter. So I'm told as long as you keep everything tight, those hubs are supposed to hold up. Which I mean, I haven't driven them, so I can't say that that's true or not. But I guess I have been made aware that that has been changed. So
that's good.
But now, as far as the hard tires go, I've seen both. So I just don't know. I mean, I would assume that it's an RTR, so it's got the RTR compound tires. But I don't know.
Just ask Badger.
I suppose I could, or Jason.
You might know tomorrow if it comes.
I'd love to know by tomorrow.
You'll have to message me. I'm curious because I kind of figured when I saw it had the hard tires, I figured, okay, well that adds $50, or $50, $60 to the price right there, trying to get some new ones. So I saw those Voodoo rock racing tires. Those look sweet.
Yeah, that's what I'm sure I'll try and run.
I do have a brand new set of R35 FG.
So do I. Okay. Well, not brand new, but I've got R35.
Mine are brand new with crawler CI foams.
Really? So, I just text Jason to see if he responds. But either way, one thing I've not seen is a stripped down picture of the chassis, the tub.
Oh yeah.
And that chassis just had some cool, weird, lines and angles on it. And I'm interested to see just a tub chassis picture of it. So, see how that all looks in there. But
what did you see that and this will probably launch you into a rant, but did you see the Twin Hammers kit that they announced last week, last week?
I did. You know what? I did see that it came with different tires. It came with
Swampers.
Swampers on it.
Yeah, Swamper TSLs. Now, are those the same terrible shit compound that comes on the Slick Rock?
I can't imagine they are. I mean, you would think, right?
They can't be the same size?
They're not. They can't be that same tire because they're little compared to them.
Okay. Well,
I think they were Pro lines.
No,
they're not Pro lines.
There's no way that they would make their own Swamper and then grab a Pro line. So, hopefully that it's a kit. It comes with a decent compound.
I think it has to. I mean, right? You would assume it does.
It has to. I'd have to assume that it does. Losi doesn't make decisions like that are that bad.
Are they still cantilever in the front, or do they go to like a standard IFS?
It's still a cantilever. It's still the same setup as far as. I don't know if there was any other little upgrades in there or not. Did you notice anything, Doug?
They added. I know it's Metal Gear transmission. They added the front outdrives are they hardened them or something. It's basically upgraded drivetrain. Then you got those Swamper tires. They have a sway bar kit with it, which I mean, if you're crawling, wouldn't want it. It's supposed to have a heavy duty locker in the front. I think that's it. I know they changed the body slightly. They took those fake lights off the top that were molded in, and it's flat, so you can mount a light bar on top of it.
You could buy that flat.
Yeah.
So that is nice that it comes with that one. And it's obviously a clear body, but
I think it's beadlock wheels too. I think they're beadlocks.
Okay, that would be a nice addition. They honestly, if that kit. Hopefully the kit comes with some decent freaking hardware. Their hardware was the gummiest piece of shit hardware I've ever used.
I was thinking the CVDs. I saw Matt break so many of those CVDs on that thing.
Oh yeah, I mean, honestly, I beat on mine decently hard, but I never ran a locked diff in mine because of the problems that those guys were having blowing up CVDs. Jeff and Matt both, they would break a CVD pin every time they took that thing out if they put the locker in it. So I was like, I just put some heavy diff fluid in it and ran it that way. And I ran mine with a Rock 412 on 3S, so I threw bigger power than that car should probably have. But, you know, I didn't break any of that stuff. But honestly, just working on that car sucked. It just, so I don't know. That was my biggest complaint, is that I hated to touch the car for any reason other than to drive it. And then when I drove it, how small it was and all that, it didn't really give me the grins like even an SCX does. That's pretty much the same size. So
yeah, Yeti looks gigantic compared to it.
Right. Yeah, the Yeti is absolutely. I mean, it dwarfs the Twin Hammer. So I got a text back from Jason, and from what he's read, it says they're an R35, but he says that the one he has in hand, they feel pretty hard. So.
So no answer.
So,
that doesn't help.
Yeah. Oh, no answer. All right, I'm going to Badger next. But it's oh god. One side rant. My stupid phone the other day decided to delete all of my text message conversations. It was heartbreaking.
Random.
Yeah. Anyway.
They are threaded bodies on the kit also.
It's threaded. Didn't it? Oh no,
clamps.
it did add the clamp-on shocks.
Metal
Are they plastic shock bodies?
Plastic or aluminum?
Threaded body aluminum shock.
Aluminum.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Well, the stock ones were aluminum, weren't they?
Were they?
Yeah,
They were aluminum, but they had the clamps.
But they had the clamp-on adjusters.
And it says licensed Interco Super Swamper tire.
What do you think about that thing as just if you're not going to get crazy and mod it and just drive it? Do you think it's
the
a good
Twin
mod?
Hammers?
Yeah.
I didn't like it. It wasn't. I didn't have any fun driving it. It
Just
was
stock. You didn't like it?
stock. I didn't like it. It just wasn't fun for me to drive.
They're $279 for the
But
kit.
but I also, I drive hard, pretty hard, and so it just didn't fit my driving style and what I would want to do with it. And honestly, it wasn't fun enough for me to want to turn it into what I wanted, how I wanted to drive it. So I guess that was the other side of it.
I see.
They are announcing this as a 10 to 15 hour assembly time.
10 to 15 hours. You know what? Maybe that's the time that it takes you to go to the hardware store to replace all the fucking screws.
What's that? If somebody puts out a screw kit for you, you can just completely avoid that by buying a stainless screw kit for you, even assemble it.
God damn. Those. And I try and not use worn out hex drivers, but I don't know. I got nothing. So that Twin Hammers is just not on my want another one list.
Yeah, I don't blame you from what you said. The kit looks interesting, but I've always thought they look cool. But I mean, if I was to get one, obviously with axial part support and everything, the bigger truck, it's just like I mean.
And it's not just the axial support; it's that everybody that supports axial.
Well, yeah,
the aftermarket support on this truck is going to hopefully, fingers crossed, be the same insane level that every other axial truck has come to, where you could build an axial truck without using a single axial part if you really wanted to.
Yeah. You could build an Integy. Soon you'll be able to have an Integy.
Yeah, and that, you know what? That's what I suggest you do, man. Why don't you go ahead and build yourself a top CAD Yeti?
Josh said that will match your mega truck.
Yeah, it'll match the performance of your mega truck. Making it all of one car length before it's not moving anymore.
Yeah, I've never actually owned any Integy thing. I guess I can't talk too much crap or whatever. What'd you talk cat or Red Cat or whatever? I saw for the first time one of those gigantic Red Cat I don't know what they are, super crawlers.
No, not the 6-wheel, just the big Red Cat 1/8 scale.
Yeah.
Yes.
Those things are just astonishing to watch them fold into themselves as they try and crawl. The one side of the wheelbase will shorten up to like 9.5 inches, and the other side will be 18.5 inches, and the clod stall, it's got 9.5-inch tall tires and clod stall of an MOA crawler. The front wheels will be spinning and the rear wheels will not be, but there's no there's no way that it's trying to do that on purpose.
Yeah.
It's not an intentional torque split.
Yeah.
And I know that not all of you are heavy RC crawler enthusiasts, the website RC crawler, but if you want to ever have a fairly decent little read, you can go find the chit chat thread of the guy who had got onto a little rant about, he's got 8 all of his RCs are Red Cat. He's got 8 of them. And he's got the 1/8 scale one, and he's got $1,800 into it.
Oh my God.
Every time he takes it out, it breaks, and he's so mad. And it's like, well, you spent $1,800 on a Red Cat.
How do you even do that?
I don't know. I guess you just keep buying the same shit part that breaks over and over and over.
I'm going to say, who makes hop-ups for it? I mean, maybe there's a thriving aftermarket. I don't know. I really don't know anything about Red Cat.
Energy.
Yeah, I guess it's probably Energy. Yeah. So Energy found a company to make shittier parts than they make so that they can make upgrades for it.
It's Boom.
Yeah, it could be Boom Racing. That is the Energy reject pile. So that's
When we were talking about like the Yeti popularity, I know you mentioned, I think last week, but the traffic on Big Squid has been insane for that thing. Like, and there's been other big releases, like those gas trucks, like the Octane and the Lozy, whatever you know what I'm talking about, the double XL.
The Octane is a Savage.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny though that like the Yeti's done so much more traffic. I think it was how many times.
It's going to pull in people from all segments. The bashers are going to love it. The scalers are going to love it. It's just it appeals on a lot of levels, so I think it's going to be big.
And hopefully it's a middle ground where everybody can kind of meet and be happy with it, and not everybody, and it's not the opposite where everybody gets it and nobody likes it, But it's hopefully it satisfies everybody rather than disappointing everybody. But
I don't think so. I think it'll be good. I know the Big Squid guy, Brian, who drove it, he loved it, and he's not a crawler or scaler, and I know Tim did too. They,
right. But no, and knowing that those guys had fun with it already, and I think Badger's obviously driven it already, and he's got one now. Jason has one, but he hasn't driven it yet, although he's had it a day and a half. The videos are good, but videos are always, hard to trust because the masters of editing, and you can pick out all the good parts, and, throw out all the terrible. But I'm excited for it no matter what, because it's parts that we know already. The EXO front end, we know what we're getting into. The Wraith rear end is solid. The chassis looks great, and beyond that, it's just it looks like a solid little parts truck. So we'll be able to turn them into everything we want to, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
The only other thing the one thing that everybody seems to be complaining about is the width. So it's wide, it's super wide. So
you can check it out with some different offset wheels to bring it in a little bit.
I don't think you'll be able to get much out of offset wheels just because of clearance with the knuckle and carrier. But everybody, half the people are asking for a narrower SCX10 axle. So you're not gonna please these people. So that's no surprise. But I wouldn't be surprised if we see some like homebrew style narrowed arm kits.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be surprised to see that from some of those smaller vendors and things like that. And at the same time, I don't think that would be something that wouldn't be cool to have. Maybe if I had more than one Yeti, I would have one that was more tucked in and more true to scale Ultra 4, because it is wider than you would see in most Ultra 4 cars.
Yeah.
There's no debating that. But there's tons of things we can do, and that I'm just looking forward to a lot of the little details. And again, the aftermarket parts I think will be the coolest part of it, as long as it picks up.
I'm sure it will already. I'm sure they'll sell out that first shipment. Everybody will probably immediately.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering if that's possibly already the case, because today Tower moved their estimated availability date from mid-July to mid-August.
Oh, yep, I bet that's what it was.
So what I'm guessing is that means that they've already sold out what they had allotted for their first batch.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't think that they're delaying the shipment, because as far as I'm aware, some of them already hit dealers on the Europe side. Or maybe not dealers, but distributors, I should say. So, so we'll just see. And that wouldn't be necessarily uncommon. If you guys remember when the EXO came out, they were available over in Europe not way before, but several days or a week before they were available here. But
how was the Wraith release? Because I got into Scalers right after it had been out for just a little bit already. Didn't they sell out also for a while?
Yeah, they did. That sold out really quickly, and that one was a constant. For a while, that one was, they would sell out those batches. But that was also before Hobbyco owned Axial.
Oh.
And before Axial had the bankroll of Hobbyco backing them. So, I think that Hobbyco was probably allowing them to. Hopefully, they allowed them to either purchase a bigger initial order or had the manufacturing capabilities to allow them to make a larger first order.
I see. Yeah, the big distribution muscle, I guess, should help this time around.
It's definitely made a huge difference. I mean, the rate that they're rolling out mods and changes it's double what they used to do. So,
right.
I would expect to see a bigger initial order.
Yeah, and but based on the traffic, like Doug has been saying, just if the Big Squid traffic's any indicator, even a much larger initial order could still just blow off the shelves.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
this ended up being a Yeti episode part 2.
There's nothing wrong with that. It's going to be the next time, and then the time after that, and pretty much all I talk about for several weeks.
Till the next truck. Till they announce their offshore boat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Catamaran.
I'm going to come by his house and steal it before he gets it anyway.
Now that's it. I don't know. Is it coming to my house? It would be shipped to my work? I have no idea. But yeah, the next bet, Doug, I think will have to probably be a pulling tractor. So.
Really? You gonna do a pulling tractor? Are you thinking about it?
I'd like to. I think that's something Aaron could probably really get into.
Nope. I got a real tractor. I don't need a fake one.
Aaron doesn't want to do anything fun. It's because there's no kit he can buy and bolt together.
I just don't want to do anything related to tractors because I have to do too much real shit related to tractors.
Well, you can get a truck. They do pull trucks too. So there's that.
Yeah.
that would be a possibility.
Speaking of something that Aaron actually does care about, I saw that they came out with that FXXXD plastic kit.
That was like weeks ago.
Yeah. So, it's not drifting season, so we don't care as much. But that kit actually looks pretty affordable too.
What's it running?
I don't remember.
Like, it's affordable, but he doesn't know.
I thought you were going to bring up something beneficial to the hobby, like trying to get the word out about the FAA ban on FPV goggles and that kind of stuff.
Oh man, you seem to get pretty fired up about that one.
Well, we only have a limited amount of time to be able to react. So
Yeah, I'm sure your horses are lobbying for it.
unfortunately, FPV is such. I mean, it's getting bigger, but it's so small that I don't know if even if we all screamed at once that they would hear us. So I mean, it's not going to stop me. I still went out and flew this weekend with him. But what it does stop you is going elsewhere. And I guess there's been clarification that the ban affects commercial use. So, my idea of contacting people in the rural area to do, flying over, to look at, crops or whatever, is out the window,
Right.
because commercial use is nothing. But I guess maybe I can have them buy a T-shirt for $100 or something, and then I can give them a free flyover or something like that.
Exactly. Now, here's another thing. Would commercial use also be considered monetizing a YouTube video?
I guess if you put it on YouTube and then...
RC Adventures guy, right?
That's a good point.
He's in Canada, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. But I mean, if they really wanted to get into it, a monetized YouTube video would seem to, in that same way be that. So
if you're just doing FPV videos for to make money, that's commercial use.
Right. I mean,
they're mainly. I get there's a court case pending right now where a guy flew over a university for a video he was shooting, some type of promotional video, and he flew over this university and he got busted, and now there's a big court deal going on over it. And this is going to be the case that everyone cites going forward. How this case turns out is going to be the one that kind of decides the law for everyone. So that's why I was just trying to get everybody out there. Hey, get out there and let these people know what we're doing. We're not all dipsticks who are flying at the end of a runway and stuff like that. So.
I know the quad guy at Big Squid.
Show them that you're not dipsticks and you're chasing horses and cows.
I didn't chase. I was just flying over. And you totally cut off Doug. Go ahead, Doug.
No, all right. Just going on what you were saying with the quad. I know Kevin, our quad guy at Big Squid, he's big. Like, that's a huge cause of his right now. I know he's been promoting who you can write about that for the FPV and just all basically the government mandates. That's like his crusade right now as well.
Yep. So just look it up on YouTube, on the web. There's a government or like a Be Heard website. You can go out and put your 2 cents out there, and we have I don't know, probably 10 or 15 more days to put stuff out there. So if you're an FPV pilot, jump out there and put something up there. I'll jump off my soapbox there with that.
Well, did you guys see the video that's like everybody shared over the weekend with the quad and the fireworks?
That was cool, wasn't it?
That was sweet.
That was a great little video. That was a really impressive. There were some really cool shots in there, and in general, just a really awesome little.
Everyone has wondered at some time or another, what it would look like up there, and that's literally you're inside the fireworks while it's going off. It's pretty. Yeah, there's amazing footage.
Shoots of it just coming straight at the camera, and in general, he was up there for quite a while, and right in the midst of it, and I'm kind of surprised that he was able to keep it in the air that whole time.
Yeah, one even hits, it bounces straight off the camera lens, but I'm amazed nothing got into a prop and brought the thing down into the river or something. But
I know.
The music was absolutely horrid, but the video was fantastic. So go look it up if you haven't seen it.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it, I'm sure you haven't been on the internet much, and you're probably not watching a podcast. But
good point.
True.
I mean, just a pretty crazy, cool little video. And yeah, it makes you want to, makes you want to try it and do it. And run into your house with a quadcopter. But
so apparently the equipment used was it was a Phantom 2 with a GoPro hanging underneath it. So
that was all he was using for that one.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't take much.
The Phantom 2 is like the official flagship of Trouble Getter In Tours. That thing is responsible for pretty much all the ire relating to FPV, because you just take it out of the box and you fly it, and that's it.
Right.
Hey, Aaron, I am going to make Josh order the parts for his quadcopter tonight.
What's lacking?
I need to replace some parts on it. I think I think I may need a new flight controller. When I crashed into my house, I may have tweaked. But I'm not meant to be in the air. I'm pretty sure. It's moron. Yeah, no, I'm not a good pilot. I'm a terrible pilot.
But you're one hell of a mega truck driver.
All right. Yeah. I guess we'll end on that. Anybody got anything else they want to add?
Yeah, I get if they're listening. So I joined a new club. I guess I forgot to talk about that here. The club I was running, we kind of dissolved and went into another one, Roughneck Scalers, and I joined that last week. They're pretty cool dudes. It's nice not having to run things.
That's a St. Louis crowd?
Well, they at G6 they came in, and they started up here after G6, and the guys doing it are nice guys. They're big into charity stuff. I know we're doing a big charity event. They are. I won't. I mean, they set it up in a couple of weeks for one of the members' kids has leukemia, and they're doing at a restaurant here. One of the members owns a restaurant, and they're donating like the whole night. The whole staff is donating their salary and everything. It's pretty cool. But
Cool.
Yeah, they're nice guys, and actually they're, from what I've kind of heard the rumblings of, they're because of the California connection. The guys may be bringing in the U4 stuff, so to try it. So it's pretty cool. So yeah, Roughneck Scalers, what's up, guys? If you're out there.
So Show Me Scalers is no more?
As a club, I haven't done anything with it in a while. The mega truck thing just took over my time, I guess, for trying to do the track and everything. So it's much easier just to join up with guys and run with them and let them organize it.
Right.
So
now,
the night wouldn't be complete unless I asked, where the hell's our polling sled?
Oh,
what's that?
yeah, I forgot about that. That one's apart right now in the garage with the pan on it's apart. If I get some bent for it here eventually, we'll talk.
Why don't you go ahead and just send us yours?
Okay.
That'll give you some motivation to finish the other one.
Yeah, man, I haven't used
the colored one anyway.
Yeah, it's just start over. Be all right. You know what? That's what our bet should have been for, is for you to send me a damn pulling sled.
Yeah, I'm glad it wasn't.
Yeah, he built you a chassis. You send him a pulling sled.
Now, Aaron, did you ever order yourself one of those Kyosho Scorpion re-releases?
No, I'm not on that bandwagon. If the Optima comes, I'll be all over that, but not a fan of the Scorpion. I was excited because Kyosho is doing it, so.
I see.
Hopefully,
I didn't know if you
I'm into will come out.
Every time I just think re-release, I think old, and I think of you, and then your kits. So. No,
I have been looking. The Hobbytown is carrying the whole Tamiya line, basically the re-release. So I'm like, I could get a Hornet and build it this weekend. It's pretty cheap.
Yeah, the Tamiya line stuff in general, the re-release stuff is pretty cheap, isn't it?
It is. It's real affordable.
The Bruiser's like $700.
The kick in the asshole.
God.
I did the bearing upgrade on my rally car. Where are you guys at with that?
I did mine. Mine's ready to go.
I lost mine.
In a bet?
No. I lost my bearing kit and my alloy axles. So
Moron.
I have no idea what I did with them. It's
Somebody
Yeah.
probably got in the mail. They're like, "What the hell is this?"
well, I was gonna take them with me to Phoenix while I was out there, and I remember getting out there and realizing that I didn't bring like any of the tools I needed, and then I got back and I had no idea where any of the parts were, so I don't know. I'm an idiot.
Probably still in your
So,
seat.
my impressions on that car, that thing was amazingly simple to work on. I really expected it to be a huge pain in the ass, but it came apart and went together super easy. So,
I didn't even take my A-arms off. I didn't know what all you took off, but it looked like quite a bit.
oh yeah, I pretty well disassembled the whole thing. But kudos to Traxxas for making something that was relatively easy to work on.
Yep.
How did you not take your A-arms off? Oh, you just did
Swap
you
it all
took
out.
the carriers. Okay,
Took the tops off because you had to do that to get the bearings in.
gotcha. Yeah, the other than the Phillips hardware, it seems like so
It
far
doesn't strip out.
it doesn't
Yeah, I
strip
didn't-
out. I agree.
I didn't have a problem with it. No.
It's just I hate Phillips hardware, but at the same time, it wouldn't.
Would you rather have flathead?
Torx.
Torx? Torx would have been great. I would have loved Torx. But I just Phillips hardware is such a bitch. But at the same time, I think the car's been quite a bit of fun. I threw a 2-cell lipo in it and been blasting it around a little bit.
Yeah, mine's dirty. I took it out and just ran the shit out of it out in the garage the other day, and it's fun to drive. I'm ready to race it.
Yeah.
It would have been more fun to go over there and run those than go on a little crawling adventure we had last weekend, thanks to Josh.
Oh my God! How did we not talk about this?
All right.
Ah, Jesus.
Josh takes
No,
his
let's
Okay.
shut your mouth, Howard. Okay. In Kansas City, the best crawling location we have is technically an area you're not supposed to be in.
Of course.
So, Aaron, were you at the comp that we had at the spillway where we got kicked? The Blue Springs Spillway, not Longview.
No, I've never been there.
Okay. Well, there's an area in Blue Springs. It's an amazing section of rock. Technically, it's a spillway. Technically, it's posted numerous times that you're not supposed to be there. So, but there's a path worn around this stupid fence to get down there. Anyway, Howard, myself, and John decide we're going to go out and do some crawling. And when we leave, I give Paul a call as well and say, hey, we're going to head down there. It's about 45 minutes for us. Why don't you meet us there? He says, sure. So we meet there, head down there, and we crawl on the rocks for maybe 13 and a half minutes. And 2 rangers show up.
Oh,
So, the rangers say, hey, now there's the one ranger has his ticket thing in his hand already. So, like, God damn it. Anyway, we had some gates set up. They go, hey, they said, hey, we're going to have you guys collect your stuff and meet us up here. We'll have a little talk. So we all get our stuff and start to mosey. And pretty much as we're, like, picking up our stuff, Howard starts in. So he goes, are you guys just bored today looking for something to do? That's how he starts. That's how to quote them, that's how he sets the tone of this conversation. And this is where it really begins. So they respond to Howard's little comment, and they say, you know what? There's rules of this area, and we're just here to enforce them. And they say, didn't you see the signs saying
Danger.
no trespassing, or that it's supposed to? And Howard goes, well, I just saw one that says caution. Pretty sure it says caution. And so he's saying this as we're walking, of course. We get up there, and there's signs that, there's 4 signs that we can see that says danger, stay off a spillway. However, the one right by the parking lot looks the exact same. However, it actually does say caution. And Howard makes it a point to prove to Ranger Bill that this sign is different. I mean, he's like, the one guy's saying, it says danger. They're all the same. Howard's like, that says caution. It's like, they're all the same. And he's like, Howard like takes 7 steps up there. He goes, tell me this doesn't say caution. And the other ranger's kind of like, he's like trying to, if it's technically a good cop, bad cop situation, he's on the other side of it. So Howard's saying, tell me this doesn't say caution. And the other guy's like saying, okay, we get it. The signs are different. So Paul, John, and I are all silent. None of us have said a word other than Howard yelling at these rangers. So the one guy, he asked Howard. Howard's got his truck in his hand. He goes, you got your license? Do you have a license with you? Howard's like, yep. He goes, you want me to pull my registration out? His little car. He goes, no, license will be fine. So,
of course, he didn't get it. The other ranger kind of got the humor.
Yeah, the other ranger laughed just a little bit. And at this point, the whole time I'm thinking of how I'm going to start to integrate some sort of 3D printed glove box into all of Howard's truck cars from now on. But so the ranger gets Howard's license and he starts writing stuff down. He's like, just to make sure this doesn't happen again, I'm going to give you a written warning.
Oh, wow.
Here it is. Howard brought it with him. So Howard's like, the guy goes, he asks Howard, he goes, this your current address? Howard goes, yep, that's where you can send your Christmas cards.
I really think I'm going to get one.
This guy
He's probably watching right now.
He was not amused at Howard's humor level. I mean, so they finished writing Howard his written warning. Paul.
No one else got a warning, just Howard.
It was a 10-20, 12-20. Was this
12-20 in the spillway.
Was this a 10-20 or 12-20?
Yeah.
They're going through trying to figure out what code to write Howard up for, and oh my God, Howard, Paul, myself, and John were all just. If there was any way that if telepathy existed, Howard would have blew up from us trying to do him to shut the fuck up. Just, oh my God, we're all gonna get some sort of ticket for you being an asshat. Just, oh, it was terrible.
You got lucky.
Yeah. So Howard got the warning, and I should also mention that, they went through the whole, you're not supposed to be here, these aren't allowed, blah, 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 blah. And Howard's like, so if we got a fishing pole in our hand, evidently it's allowed. And he's like, well, if nobody is allowed in the spillway, but if they do have a fishing pole, we'd be gladly to go over there and talk to them as well. And just wouldn't, he just didn't take a breath between anything. Just,
I have a problem with authority.
Yeah. Should I also tell him I went over there and pissed on a mushroom? It was. So after that, we decided to go over to Watts Mill. But it was a good crawling spot, was it not?
Yeah. Thanks for taking me somewhere you've already been run off before.
Yeah. Technically, I have been told not to go there before.
Ranger douchebag wants to come give us a hard time.
So
we're doing a lot of
20. We have guys playing with toy cars down here.
Yeah, exactly.
We need backup.
They did, after they wrote Howard his warning, they did go over to the other side to look at the fishermen or talk to the fishermen, and we should have taken a picture, but they were driving an Explorer, and technically they were parked like asshats, like across 2 spaces, kind of. And Howard's like, "Hey, you got a pen and paper? I'm gonna write him a ticket for parking like asshats, or parking like idiots." Like, no, get in the car, get in the car, get in the car.
That's good.
So yeah, that was the relaxing weekend crawling adventure.
Yeah, I'm not all that sorry I missed it.
As long as that guy had to be a little pissed off for a while, it worked out good.
He's gonna go home and beat his wife.
Probably. He didn't have a wife. He's going to be his boyfriend in women's panties. Ouch.
Hey, all right. Well, on that note,
I'm just disappointed he did not even write his name on the ticket.
he didn't want you to know. He was afraid you were going to come find him.
I can't call and thank him. Again.
Or
But
email.
like, this dude's bald. He has a goatee and a Harley Davidson shirt, and he's big. I'm not going to.
No, not a Harley Davidson shirt.
Yeah.
He and Paul both acknowledged by the Rangers, matching identical shirts. You boys belong to some sort of club? I noticed you're wearing the same shirt. Nope, just a coincidence. So.
You're both bald.
So yeah.
At least we ended the day with a nice lunch.
Oh yeah, we did go to Twin Peaks afterwards. That was a pretty good time. And Paul and Howard, it was hard to keep them contained. Howard did spend $50 on his lunch.
Twin Peaks, I think, is like a Hooters for anyone who.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Twin Peaks. If you guys aren't familiar with it, it's like a way better Hooters.
That's what he just said.
Oh, sorry. I thought he said. Long story short, Howard ordered a chicken fried steak that was the size of a large pizza, covered with gravy.
It was delicious.
And he was able to finish it before John was able to finish 3 mini sliders, mini pulled pork sliders. John was not quite finished as Howard was
Licking the plate.
licking the gravy that remained from the pizza-sized chicken fried steak he consumed.
Must be a good chicken fried steak.
It was good. Jalapeno gravy.
Yeah. And then he had 3 $9 Bloody Marys.
How can you turn on a Bloody Mary with bacon?
Sticks of bacon in it.
At least he went there after the run-in with the law.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That was my calm down time.
Yeah, the bacon was to calm him down.
All right, boys, let's rein this one in.
Aaron's going to eat a pumpkin, so.
Yep. Some of us have children and have to take care of them.
All right.
I have to rock Josh to sleep anyway.
Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. We'll catch you next time, probably 2 weeks from now. We try and be bi-weekly when we can. Jump out on the Facebook page and give us a like. We would appreciate it. You guys want to plug Facebook pages or anything?
Yeah, I'll go for it. BigSquidRC.com. I do the Friday scale thing. And then Facebook.com/TriggerKingRC is the Mega Truck deal.
Sounds good. That's all we got too. So.
Yeah. See you guys.
We'll see you guys a couple weeks, hopefully.
Yeah, thanks
All
for
right.
having me on. You guys.
Yep. Thanks for being here, Doug. We'll catch you next time.
All right. Bye.
Cool.